Just opening up the blinds. Better light. Anyhow, if I haven't seen you, happy 2022 so far. I don't know if it's any good, but it's just a new year and I haven't been live for a long time and I have some time today. So I'm going live. What up? Everybody on my Instagram, I'm going live on my YouTube channel. I'm only going to stay live on Instagram for a little bit. So with that, so Betty White would have been 100 years old today. That was one of those things. Um, you know, that was bound to happen, but it was amazingly sad. So uh, she had a great career, great life, seemed to be. So, and then obviously today, MLK Day observed. You know how that goes. Respects to that, respect to someone that fought for the rights of everybody, including Mexican Americans and Chicanos and everybody. Basically everything that he did impacts how we all are treated. Even though since then it's not changed too much. But anyhow, um, so nobody in the live chat yet. Anyhow, I hope everybody's having a great Monday. For myself, I am trying to stay busy. I'm trying to play catch up and recover from the holidays. Of course, I think everybody's in that spot. Thanks, James. Thanks, West Coast. Well, West LA General. So anyhow, I'm up live for the. I have my Instagram also up live right now on my phone, but I'm on my YouTube channel. If you guys can go on there and support, or watch it later, it's all good. But I appreciate everybody. But for right now, so I added. They have YouTube. I guess when you have a certain amount of subscribers, um, you can put now membership plans or programs on YouTube on my channel. I have a membership plan now. If you go to my page on my YouTube channel, it'll say join and it'll give you the cost for the membership stuff. So with the membership, I want to invite everybody to help support. I'll tell you some things I'm trying to get done. Trying to accomplish this year. But realistically, um, so I hear a lot of people, a lot of people always ask me what I do or how I do certain things and stuff like that. So instead of just doing regular tutorials like everybody else on YouTube, I'm going to start doing some videos about how I do things and such like that, and some other things I think that would help if you're trying to build a YouTube channel. Um, but it's going to be on my membership only. Those videos are going to be available for members only. Also, some of the perks for being a member on the channel will be some videos in the future for some shows and stuff will be available for members before it goes live on YouTube. So basically, you get access before everybody else. So say I edit a series of videos, I do a big show, and I have multiple videos from that show, and I have them all uploaded, and I schedule them because that's what I try to do is schedule them throughout the week to go live, and everybody can watch them. So in with the membership, I can actually set those videos for members to watch, so you could see those videos before they go live for the general public, I guess you could say. So that's one of the perks. And then there's like emojis and stuff like that, which I know I get all that. Like we're not all into that stuff, but I guess some people are. But it's part of the membership. Like, yeah, I had to do that. So there's certain things that are there. And then I'm also gonna have for the membership, there's a business membership, and that's like $100 a month. But that shouts out your business, that promotes your business. It'll put your business. I will shout it out in my videos like monthly. So basically, that's just something to look into because hey, I'm just trying to generate an income. I'm trying to survive like everybody else, and I want to put more time into what I'm doing. So that's what I'm looking at, and that's why I added it. Hey, it's an option. If no one does it, no one does it. I get all that, but it's okay. But it's there, and I want to let you guys know that it's there, so that if you want to help me out, that'll work. Because, like I said, I'm trying to push to do more stuff. I'm gonna be pushing more photography time in my life and doing more things. you know, if I have, try to do more photo shoots, but I'm also getting into other, like I have experience doing weddings and quinceañeras and sweet 16s and stuff like that. So I'm going to go back to that. I invested a lot of money at the end of 2019 in buying a lot of equipment, and then COVID happened. And I was gonna travel. I was gonna start my podcast, which I still haven't got back on, and I think I'm gonna push for that just right now to start momentum. And I was trying to get some people to talk and do a podcast with or interview, and it's hard to get everybody on schedule. So once again, I might do that, and I guess maybe the first series will just be me talking. I was thinking of a couple of subjects. I actually think that I'm gonna start off. I want to start touching bases with the promoters and some of the car show promoters and getting, the interviews, phone interviews and stuff like that for the podcast, because they don't have to be video, and trying to schedule that. So if you're a promoter, um, I've done interviews with Mark. I've done interviews, yeah, Mark from Impala's magazine, with Mike from Fishtails magazine, Pelon, San Diego from Street Tattoo Events. Those are the only three that I actually got done back then. But I want to do more, and I want to talk to the promoters. And at the end of the day, I want something like hearing the behind the scenes, the things that we don't think, because everybody assumes that the promoters, they just get all this, they get rich, they making money off of all the lowriders and stuff like that. And I know for a fact that's not true, but people don't believe it because everybody thinks they could do it better. Everybody thinks that they are better, or they find an easier way, and to each his own. But like until you go and do it and spend the money and everything else like that, you understand what the cost of everything is. Yes, I'm feeling much better. I've been I guess I got lucky and I was vaccinated, so I don't know. I guess, and then all my tests came out negative, but I was sick as a dog, so I slept for like 2 days. I might have had the corona, but all my tests came back negative. But I was sick and I had all the symptoms. Well, most of them. Reading my comments over here. What up? What up, Danny? James, John, La Rumfla, all the people up here. What up? Yeah. So I'm gonna be real. I've been a fan since I was a kid. And at the end of the day, um, the truth is I ain't really been able to watch a damn football game, and I don't know how many a couple years lately. I haven't sat down and watched one. I actually was out driving Uber, but I had the scores pinned to my phone uh, yesterday, so that's how I kept track of the game. So, so anyhow, but yeah, I got to represent. I always win or lose. Sometimes when the Niners lose a big game, don't get me wrong, I still put on my 49er stuff because you know people talk, but at the end of the day, if the Raiders could be proud of losing all the time, then when we lose, we still be proud of our team too. That's it. That's how I see it. That's crazy. Yeah, it's bad. I don't know. It is what it is out there. Anyways, um, so let me get back to this. So For people on Instagram, I'm live on my YouTube channel. I will be getting off of the Instagram in a few. If you want to support or check out the rest of the video later, that's fine. I know a lot of people are at work right now, on your lunchtime or whatever. So anyhow, let me get back into. So I set up membership on my YouTube. So I'm going to be doing more videos on explaining some of my gear that I use, why I use it, and then later on, I'm gonna try to do throughout the year. I'm gonna try to capture some stuff on how I'm using it in real time, um, at actual car shows, so you guys can see some behind the scenes of what I'm doing. I mean, like I said, if you're not there, you don't know. And I always tell people that what I learned about my equipment was I watched other people's videos, and I literally was looking at the reflections in the windows, in the paint, everything to see what people are using to get that video. Like if I really like somebody's video and I like what they were doing, then I would sit there and watch until I can see their equipment. So that's how I figured it out. Like, and then I started using different stuff. But I know what works for me, you know. Oops. I was trying to scroll through here on my Instagram. So all you guys stay tuned. Check me out on YouTube. I'm gonna sign off on my Instagram so I can just concentrate on one thing. But thank you guys for coming on and follow me and subscribe. But like I said, YouTube. That's my goal. Come check me out on there. I'm live right now. Anyhow, so you know, so my goals for this year is to hit as many shows as possible, get back into my photography and the things I want to pursue. I am trying. Um, so, like I said, 2019, I had started buying a lot of equipment. I had some money. I bought all my podcast stuff. I invested in the camera that I really wanted, and stuff like that. And so my focus is now, I think this year, and I know it's kind of been rough in the beginning because it's been really slow for a lot of things. And of course, we have the other variants and all that stuff. But I'm trying to get back into my photography. I want to start doing like I'm gonna start doing some stock photo stuff, which is, if you don't know what that is, I just take pictures of random stuff, put it up online, and people buy it for, advertise it, put on their website, whatever it may be. But that's a couple dollars. It's not a lot of money. But I want to get back also into weddings and quinceañeras and sweet 16s and doing event photography. Also, one of the big things that I do really want to do too is I want to get involved with doing, because I'm trying to get and build a marketing platform. Um, I want to start doing maybe some, business, um, basically like going to businesses and of course mainly to the lowrider community with the car culture, but I also do other stuff. But where I want to go to a business and do photography, take pictures, do everything, help them with their website, stuff like that. And so I'm going to be pushing to get myself out there to be doing some of that stuff. I want to become completely independent. And I think that's the only way to go when it comes down to having time to do whatever. Because once I have a good income, then I can afford to travel to other car shows and stuff like that. And I want to do that. And I want to do that on my time. I want to also be able to do other things on my time. I'm looking into getting into real estate photography. That's something that I'm really interested in. Um, I'm I love doing the car shows. I love doing the lowrider events, and I love doing it on my time, on my um being creative in my own way. And I've like weddings, not everybody likes doing them, but they're good money. And I ain't gonna lie, it's really good money when it's good. And but the thing is that people, they don't they don't realize that it's important. Like, I get it. It's expensive. But at the same time, if you plan on getting married for the rest of your life, your photos are hand me down heirlooms, right? Like the photo of you, you know, that you like at your wedding, the one that stand, the one you print, the one you put on the wall, that's supposed to go down to your children, your grandchildren, and stuff like that. Like at the end of the day, Instagram ain't gonna be, who knows? I mean, sit there and press a button and say, "Oh, I want to see grandma's pictures," or something like that. It's one of those things. It's valued, but I mean, I'm sure that it's gonna be possible later on. But it's also having that physical picture in your house, on your mantle and stuff like that. That matters for most people. But a lot of times there's people, everybody thinks they're a photographer because they have a camera, and it's not always like that. Because you just an example for like weddings, it's candid photos are the best, and you have to know where to be at the right time, and you have to be aware. There's no kicking back. There's no bullshitting. There's no nothing. You have to be on point all day long to capture the right moments at the right time. And most of the best pictures in, let's say, a wedding is not going to be the poses and the posed wedding party, pictures. Those are just like basic. It's you, a good photographer, you're gonna go for all the nice stuff that's really candid. And that in the end, I with my experience, the people that I've done photography for, with whether it be quinceañeras, sweet 16s, and or weddings, um, the pictures that they loved the most were always the candid stuff, the stuff that I caught out of nowhere. Let's see. It's probably because I'm moving. My bad. I still forget. I hope it don't. I mean, I think there's one cable I gotta change. But thank you for telling me. Let's see here. Well, drones, I mean, what I found is I think a drone is it's cool, but if you really pay attention to the people doing drones, look at how long the footage is. So you're going to spend a lot of money on a drone, but you're only going to have a couple minutes of footage. It's really the shots and the what you're going to capture. You're going to get an overhead view, you're going to get some pretty cool stuff. And the thing is that but it a lot of time and money and learn how to use it and such. And sometimes you can get a cheaper drones. I mean, the Mavic, they have like the small one, and it's like $600. But the reality is you're still only getting it for a very little niche clip with, you know, it's not going to do that much. I mean, at the end of the day, it might make you more money if you're doing it for commercial reasons, like real estate or something, property. But with the even with the lowriders, I see some really good stuff getting caught. Everybody loves the promoters love the shot of it in the air when the show's hella big. I mean, but that goes back to why the promoters why it's important for these videos because of the promoters. I mean, you can promote up to it, but at the same time, people want to see the people that don't go to the show, they're gonna look at the YouTube. And trust me, I'm telling you right now, people think that because there's so much video on YouTube that people do not go. They think that it causes people not to go. But the truth is that a lot of people deciding say if they're gonna travel, say they're gonna travel to Vegas. Okay. So let's just say that. Well, there's a good chance they're gonna look it up on YouTube and they're gonna see if it's worth their money, if it's worth going to. Now, Vegas was cracking. It was packed. It was crazy, crazy packed. They had to stop letting people in because it was just jam packed. And the funny story is the main promoter of that show, the guy that is doing Lowrider now, not who you think it is. But anyhow, he told me, I was talking to him at the end of the show, and he said that they laughed when he asked them like what was the max capacity, and they told him whatever the number of people they can hold in there. And the lady laughed at him and said, "Yeah, you probably won't get nothing like that." And by 3 o'clock, she's like, "Are you gonna keep letting people in?" Like freaking out because there was so many people trying to go in. So the thing is about lowrider shows, any car show, they don't have a set number because they don't know how many people are going to actually come. And then people leave and come in throughout the day. So that's why I get frustrated when people sit there and go, "Well, they said the car show was sold out. Oh my goodness. Can I still get tickets?" Yes, you can buy all the tickets you want. The car show, whenever, and once again, it's because me being a sarcastic smartass, but it's annoying. And people say, "Well, some people don't know." That's right, they don't. So I'm telling you right now, car shows are only sold out for entry spots and vendor spots. When they say our car show is sold out, it does not mean that the general public can't buy tickets and go. But as for with all the COVID stuff, and I'm not talking about the rules, I'm talking about since COVID, people really want to get the hell out. So having these car shows, they've been packed. Most car shows and major events have been packed because people are tired of being at home. And we all know that. Yeah. So yeah, the drone thing, and then you have to register the drone. Um, Technically, you're supposed to register the drone if you fly a drone with the FAA. Um, so that's a little process, and then they give you like a serial number and all that stuff. I don't want to deal with it. I might find someone that has one. I mean, my son's kind of wants to do it, but I need a. I probably would pair up with somebody that already has one that does it to get a couple clips. But at the end of the day, it's really not a lot of footage. It is. It's really not as much as we think. You could do so much with it. It limits, and then they don't want you to do the drones indoors, and you got to remember you have to have some kind of insurance in case that thing comes down on a car. So yeah, you better be mindful of all those things. Yeah, exactly. I mean, like I put up, this is my little apartment, and behind me right there, there's this picture. This right here are photos mainly of my mom, and then above that one has my photos of my grandmother. And I lost my grandmother last year, and I lost my mom in 2019. And once again, here too, and then I have this photo right here where my thumb's at. The collage I made for the reception, funeral reception. Um, and then these are just my other photos that I had with before she passed away with my son, and stuff like that. And so what people don't understand and all this mean stuff, and I've actually had people, you know, come back to me and say, "Hey, that picture you took of us at this car show, my friend passed away. Can you give me a copy of that or something like that?" And yeah, I mean, we don't realize all this stuff it is what it is. That's why so many people want printed, magazines because they want to show their kids, they want to brag, they look them in print. What they don't understand is that they're just it's not really it's hard to fund a magazine. Everybody wants to have a magazine, but then they're paying out their own. It's just you're funding it yourself, and if you're lucky, you get some advertisement and some sponsors. But at the end of the day, most people that are doing magazines right now, the cost coming out of their pocket just because people want a magazine, but there is no actual distribution. All those companies basically are fading away and they're gone because nobody's doing that anymore. So at the end of the day, yeah, you have like Lowrider magazine doesn't print no more. Okay, if you didn't know that, that's the truth. And they have the LA show, that's their show. But then a lot of the car shows that say Lowrider, they're actually different promoters, and they pay to use the name, and then they get judged by a certain, whatever, to make it sanctioned so that they can do that, and they pay the judges. It's not Lowrider. And I'm not talking bad about Lowrider. I'm just telling you this is kind of how it works, and you have to understand this. All these different promoters want to put up, maybe, they want to, they're local promoters, maybe, they have the budget, or, and such, but they have to add the name to get people there sometimes. And that's just the way it is. That's how it is. Lowrider Magazine, you see, there's going to be a bunch of shows in Colorado. There's going to be a bunch of shows in New Mexico. There's whatever shows are in California. And then you got to think about, Midwest stuff, everything like that. But it's not Lowrider Magazine having 50 shows. They're not. They're doing like 2 or 3 shows, and everybody else paid to utilize their name on that, and they have to have permission to use their name on their show. And it comes with, their judges judging for the qualifications and stuff like that. So you understand it works a certain way, and we think that it's just, oh, it's just this. No, it's not. And it's a lot more complicated. And like, people ask, well, how do I make my money? Well, I make my money through YouTube, obviously. And that's not all my income. It's just a little small income. It helps pay for me to keep doing this. I mean, it helps me with my bills when I need it. And then when it's doing good, I pay for the trips and flights and stuff like that. Or I buy camera gear, or, it just funds me going to another car show. And at the end of the day, I say it every time, because some people just, they hear all these numbers, YouTubers and stuff, but you know what? There's kids out there, they review toys and they make $1 million. Okay, but that's not everybody. And we have to have some common sense, people. Okay, not everybody is making all. If I was making all kinds of money, you would know, because I'd have a bigger house, and I'd be telling you, so I can, and I could be doing way more stuff. I can be telling, I'd be flying everywhere. You know what I mean? I have a ridiculous amount of money to do ridiculous amount of things, and I don't. I try to be everywhere, but I do everything on a budget. Trust me. It's Sometimes it's tight, but I'm out there, and I run around and I do what I got to do. And I invest in myself, because the videos down the line will make me more money. And then, like, right now, my video earnings are lower because of the holidays, because it's winter, because, there's nothing really happening. And then throughout the next couple months, when I have these other shows and I start doing more footage and getting more stuff out there, then it'll start raising up, and then it'll start averaging $800 a month. But that's a month. Okay. Like I said, I probably I haven't got my I'll get my tax. So you got to remember. So when they pay you, they don't take taxes out of YouTube. So I'll get a W-2 for from Google for my YouTube, and it's going to tell me how much money I made for the whole year last year. But I have to pay taxes on that. So that's why I've learned about my write-offs. So I can write off equipment. I can write off mileage that I drove to car shows. That's why I don't mind driving to LA, because that's all mileage, and that's all a write off for me doing what I'm doing. And it helps. I think the year before, I think I wrote off about $2,000. You mean a zoot suit? No, zoot suit's not out of fashion. There's people that are still going to their shows dressed up in zoot suits, and everybody loves it. They're taking pictures of everything. And it's Pachuco. Are you using voice text? It's Pachuco zoot suits. Let's see. Yeah. So I mean, everybody gets publicity. I mean, the thing is that there's different car shows and there's different promoters and they do different things, and like it's just you have to be in the right place at the right time and then be consistent. What it takes a couple years for some of these shows to get where they get, and some of them, I mean, so like technically, like all the lowriders events, except for, well, it's not a lowrider event no more, but so all of lowriders events are actually indoor shows. That limits you. The Long Beach, maybe 800. I think they fit like 800, 750, something like that. Vehicles in entries. And then that's just what it is. So last year, the Stockton show and Paula's magazine show, they had 1,600 entries. And everybody was like, what the heck? Like, that was like, wow. And it was. I have two videos. If you haven't seen that, if you look it up, there's two videos for the Stockton show. They're both about an hour long, and neither one of them have the same vehicle in them because that's how many cars and lowrider bikes and everything was at that show because it was at a fairgrounds. So, see, the difference is that when you have an outside venue, you can have way more people. Yeah. Well, thank you for that. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be nationwide. Well, of course. Um, I've done most of the weddings I've done are from car club members. So, I mean, ultimately, I mean, here's the thing. So, where I've gotten most of my business when it comes down to uh, other photography things, it's through this. So, people get married, they have quinceañeras. Of course, it's been COVID. I mean, so since then, that screwed up. Like I said, in 2019, I bought all this equipment. I was gonna reinvest. I was gonna rebuild. I was gonna do another website for event photography, and then everything happened. So when that happened, it pretty much set me back, not even, whatever. So now that things are changing, I'm gonna start looking into all that stuff because if I can do photography full time, you know, um, as just a complete business with photography and marketing, and that what that does is free up. It frees up everything for me to my passion, which is lowriders for cars. I'm trying to get my son he has his moments when he wants to have a camera and he doesn't. He wants to walk around and he don't, he's a kid. He rather sit on his tablet and not walk because his feet hurt. I'm like, dude, my whole body hurts. Okay. I'm gonna be 45 this year and I do all these car shows and my feet hurt, my legs hurt, my back hurts. I'm tired, I'm hungry, and I don't stop. Like I don't stop. I make fun of my homeboy. He's Mr. Gym workout guy, but he can't hang what I do. But you know why? Because I have a passion to do it, and that's the catch. And that's what people tell me. It's not something that I just figured I had. But when most people talk to me, they know that I'm passionate about doing this. And I was a teenager. I was in the Lowrider magazine. I had them on my wall. I started taking the posters out and making, getting the I was getting a poster board and taping or gluing the posters and hanging them and everything. And that was me when I was a kid, when I was a teenager. So, and it's just one of those things that I've always liked lowriders. I went cruising. Um, and the truth is, it's like I never thought I was gonna be doing this. I never thought that this was gonna be where I'm at. Like, so right now I have over 125,000 YouTube subscribers. And that's pretty amazing for me. And I'm hoping to do more and get more this year. Um, I'm hoping to become the number one YouTube for low riding and surpass some other people, and then I got to keep going because there's other people I see on YouTube that are catching up, and it's all friendly competition. I have no no negative view of uh the other YouTubers. I'm actually got some ideas to do some kind of work with or podcast or something with most of those guys. If someone doesn't steal it because I just said it, I haven't really told anybody that. But yeah, I want to build my podcast, and I want to build it about us, the creators, and the podcast that I want to do. It's about behind the scenes. It's about the people. It's about uh, you know getting to know the models, getting to know the promoters, the 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 media, the photographers, the other YouTubers. Um, helping people. I'm also looking to get a couple people on my team. I've been doing this mainly solo. I have my assistant, and he's just an extra cameraman when he's available. Um, he's just another camera, extra footage, and he gets my B-roll, or I have him, go walk around and try to get models, or do this half of the show and I do that half of the show, and whatever. And but he comes with me, and um he doesn't really go out on his own. And I'm gonna be needing to start taking some people under my wing and help them out. And the thing is I've had people in the past ask to be a part of Pinterest Lowriders, but I just didn't think it was fair for me to bring people on and not having a budget to pay them for what they do. And like I said, I don't make all kinds of money. Um, if I had a bigger budget, which I'm trying to create, then yeah, I'd have money. I, I'd have money to bring on other people and make sure they get what's worth, because I did a lot of stuff for free. And you know what? At the end of the day, I mean, I got the experience. I really that's what, and I learned what not to do. And I want to be where I want to be. Some people have told me have a magazine. First of all, that's dumb. That's like me putting videos on VHS and selling them to you. Okay, you got to understand that. That's my opinion. That's just my opinion. I don't see value in making a magazine, because then I might as well record all my videos at the car shows and put them on tape, because it's the same genre. It's the same technical, like what people are thinking. And a lot of people, I put people, the videos on YouTube. Well, do you make a CD? No, I don't make a CD. First of all, it's DVD. And second of all, I have Blu-ray burner. Okay. I have all the stuff to put everything on Blu-ray, but who the hell has a disc player? I don't even, I bought my son an Xbox. It don't even come with a disc. I have a TV. I have HBO Max, Netflix, YouTube. There's no disc player in there, and there's no VHS, nothing. And I have my lowrider magazines, and it's the heaviest thing I have in storage. Like literally, it's a big old trunk full of, and it takes two people to move it. If I have to move it by myself, I have to open it up and take a bunch of magazines out. That's how heavy that is. And I get it. One day those are going to be worth money, or those are going to my son. But the point being is that right now that's just not conducive to most people's lifestyle of having places to put that. I mean, yeah, if you're a collector, you're a collector, and people collect things. But I'm telling you right now, everything's digital. And at the most, we have to understand that that's not how things work. Moving backwards is not. We have to be progressively moving forward and going with the flow of how things really work. And that's that. You know what I mean? The transition's not always great. Not everybody sees the money right away, or they see the benefit of it, but it is what it is. And that's where the media, and once again, I'm gonna get back to where the lowrider media everybody that's involved, photographers and videographers and stuff. I see people taking all kinds of pictures, and I don't see none of their stuff online. Even like maybe one picture on Instagram and stuff, and you know, and I don't put a lot of my photos on. I put everything on my website. So go to my website. You want to see all my pictures? Go be a subscriber for that because I wouldn't do email notifications. But anyways, so the fact is that like I went going back to Vegas. Okay, my video from that show will promote their next show, LA. It's going to promote their next Vegas show. The videos from Impala's magazine is going to promote this year's shows because I've been doing his shows for like the last 3 years. So the Arizona show, which is no longer um, a lowrider sanctioned show, but it's gonna be it's their show, and like Impala's magazine is a part of it now, and everything else, and but it's still once again another show. It's a big show, but they welcome people like me because it promotes, it keeps lets them know that it's working or it's happening. You get the feedback. People go to some of these shows because what they've seen on YouTube. Man, I watched this show. I've seen, blah blah blah. I'm flying out there, or I'm taking my car. It's and I call it destination shows. So the destination low riding or the destination shows are, the obvious one goes back to Vegas. Okay, Vegas is a big car show, and people come from everywhere around the world to go to it. But some of these people, they're looking at it, and what entices these people to go to these shows is looking at these videos. It's not always my video. It could be anybody's video. But the fact is what they see it on YouTube, they're going, I want to be there. And that's where when I get my critics, oh, you moving too fast, or you don't show enough detail, or this or that. I'm trying to get like as many people as possible in there because every person's car that's in my video is a potential subscriber. Okay, for the lowrider community. Let's be real. And the reality behind it is that the more details I get, the less footage I get of as many people as possible. More bang for your buck. That's my thing. I'm trying to get everybody seeing at least something in there. And so what that does is it entices other people to go to these events or these shows. And you could sit there, like I said, and people they they don't understand the promoters that get it, because then when you start like some of these promoters, and I already know who's trying to kind of cut out some of these media guys because they want that. They want to build their page, they want to build all their viewers and everything. But let me put it this way. Um, you're gonna hurt yourself with your events because of that. And that's just a general thing, like bringing in media and everything like that. And depending on who people are, um, the promoters see what you bring to the table, and that's the thing. It really is. That's why I don't expect anybody to fly me out. I don't expect anybody to pay for it. I mean, sometimes some promoters will get me a room, and then I'll be like, all right, and I book the flight. Um, I have yet to be flown out. I have yet to be fully paid for, to go do this. And but because I do things my way, and so I cover events. So like I said, people say magazine or what, Rick, why don't you have a show? They tell me, why don't you do a car show? And I said, you know what? I don't really want to do a car show. I don't want to do car shows. First of all, then that takes away from what I do. I like covering the car shows. I have a pretty good photographic memory. So, I always used to make fun of some of my friends. They gawk over some of the females, and I just glance and it's right here. I don't have to fucking be like, duh. I don't do that. I don't ever do that. And that's also why I'm very professional with the models, because uh, my mind is more mature than just like, whatever. I probably lose it more over cameras at this time. It's just the way it is. Um, Let me see what else. Well, since you must be kind of new here, but yeah, Pinches Lowriders, just Google it. That's my website. beacheslowriders.com. Everything is Beaches Lowriders. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and my website. Let me see. Yeah, when I go to the vendors. So yeah, so what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to get more of the vendors on board and promote what I can. So like I said, I'm trying to build marketing and I'm trying to build a marketing platform. Understand, like I said, I have 125,000 plus subscribers here on YouTube. I have over 60 something followers on Instagram. I probably have like 40 or 50 thousand people that like my Facebook page. Instagram numbers are really low. I mean, not Instagram, excuse me. Twitter, but I don't really use it. I just use it because it's a platform, and you get a lot of people from other countries on there. So it's a good to use too. But at the same time, what I'm trying to say is like I'm trying to build like people in the lowrider game. Everybody on social media and everybody using the internet, they all know that they can advertise on their own, and I get that. But some people, I look at some people, and they don't, they just don't have the following or they don't have the momentum, and what I want to do is help them get that momentum. I have momentum. I have the possibility to do more stuff. That's why I came out with a price list so that I could do marketing. If people want to advertise through my platform for them. And, but I'm also looking to do marketing. So, like behind the scenes, basically, not just using my platform, but also maybe like helping them build their social media presence and stuff like that. So, that's the kind of marketing I want to get into. And and that's what I want to do for a living. So I have to do what I have to do. Now, I could go take time and go to college and do all this stuff, but I already have the fundamentals, and I'm not trying to do this for corporate stuff. I'm trying to do this for the small business, the Chicano owned, the black owned, all that stuff. That's what I want to do. That's who I want to work with. Those are the people. All these people that are out here vending, these people that are doing this as a side hustle, these guys are doing this as their own individual business. I want to be there to help people grow. I want to help and I want to influence. And that's really what it comes down to. As what people say, what's an influencer? Well, that's people that basically speak on your products and or direct people to you to build for you. And when you have the numbers, and I'm not like in millions or anything like that, but but if you look around and you could search all of YouTube, there's no one really that's uh in the lowrider genre, not in like a crazy numbers. There is another one guy that's ahead, way ahead of us, and he does lowrider shows too, but he also does all the imports and everything else. And that's Aventasy, which is on YouTube. Check him out. He does some really good work, very very good work. And of course, you have all the other guys, and but well, Aventasy, their page, he's at like over 200 something thousand subscribers, but he, like I said, he does all the import stuff, everything. He just does a bunch of different car events, period. And that's something I might get into too. Doing other, I love cars, but my kid, of course, he's my kid, so he looks at me. Everybody's like, "Oh, people say hi and everything like that." And my kid's like, "Ah, this is my dad. There's nobody." And the funny part is that, but he likes the newer cars, and so he likes the Corvettes. He likes the supercars, the muscle cars, the Lexuses and stuff like that. So I see him drawn to that. So I want to help him with photography. So this year I'm actually planning on taking him to some of those events, hot import nights, and probably a couple other stuff, some auto shows where they have some of the newer cars. So for him, because I really am trying to get him more involved in learning photography, but I have to figure out what he likes. And he's not, he likes, he likes being with me and he likes using the camera, but he's just, I mean, I want him to learn something and enjoy it. If that's what he enjoys, then I got to change things up and get him out to some of those other events. And that's why you don't see him at a lot of events with me, because he just not into it, and he's whiny. And you all know, I mean, he may be 9, but I'm just like, I ain't dealing with that. I move too fast. I move too consistent. I'm on a nonstop basis at an event. And you guys all know that. Like, I don't stop for shit. I mean, it's just bam. And unless I have an assistant with me or something, then maybe you see me sitting down. But most of the time, I just keep going, and then it is what it is. But that's me, and that's my hustle. But my kid can't keep up either. Well, you're in the UK, so so here's what my suggestion is just to find everything you can find. If you want to do videos, right? Just do all the car stuff. So anything car related. I think that because lowriders in the UK is very they're there. We know they're there, but I mean, I see a lot of photos of the lowered and customized Mercedes. So the drop Mercedes Benz that the people are restoring the old Mercedes, and I'm telling you, they're the badass cars. They look so sick. But stuff like that. So focus on that. If you want to do something like that, focus on that. Focus on all the automotive events out there, and find those events where people are going to bring out lowriders and stuff like that. And then whatever car clubs are, so if there happens, find out what car clubs are in your area, because there's like Majestics, and there's other car clubs that are out in different countries. And then that's where you focus on. And I know it's different over there, but like I said, those videos doing more. And if there's like, say there's only like 6 lowriders that are like in the whole province or your whole city or whatever you want to call it, you know, then do stuff about the people, do videos about the cars, then do videos about the people, why they have them. If that's what you do out there, because that's what you're trying to do, then do it, you know, focus on that. And then focus on your audience being, outside of that country. So you want your audience obviously from the United States. I want to bring me more audience from Japan. It's like, but the numbers are here. Just bullshitting. You know, I had some time, so I wanted to get on. And one time, what I realized, I try to be consistent on the lives, but I think I'm gonna start doing them very random. And the thing is that, and what I enjoy is, in Mr. John, uh, people like you're from a different country. Yeah, British. Yeah, so there you go. And that's when I've noticed, when I do these lives different times, I get different people from different countries tuning in. And so I think I'm going to start doing a little bit more random. And I love the fact that I got people from other countries in here, chiming in. And I get it. Like, you're hip to what it is, and not, you don't know everything exact, but you know what? I appreciate it. And I appreciate it. Like, so let's just get back to this. It's MLK Day, right? And I appreciate the diversity. And I'm gonna go to this is, I appreciate the diversity of the lowrider community. And what some people will say, like, they'll complain about Japanese, and then they have the lowriders and the cholos and the culture, right? You understand that I mean, yes, it's sad that it's a different country. Not that it's Japanese. It's a different country that celebrates. See the difference? Celebrates our culture, our lowrider culture, our Chicano culture. In America, they don't sell it. It's looked down upon. See what I'm saying? In other countries, they're taking some of our things that we love to do because of our cultures that are looked as, everybody, let's just say, well, in the United States, anybody that looks at lowriders, it's funny. They look at lowriders, they look at, oh, they're all drug dealers. That's a stereotype, right? But other countries, they like it. Like they don't look at it like that. So as an American, we can't sit there and get mad or butthurt or say that they're not, Chicano or they're not real or they're not, black or this and that. That the lowrider culture, you gotta understand, like we have everybody. We have blacks, Mexicans, you know, people from Asian descent, Japanese, you have American, white, everything, you name it. And in the car culture, we don't go, oh, there's a hot rod, you can't come here. And we don't like the muscle cars, doing donuts and shit like that. We hop our cars, and yes, we understand it's not the same as much as you don't think it is, or you think what showing off or doing all this stuff. But that's why we're annoyed when you guys do burnouts, because really that's what pisses off the cops more than what we're doing. And that's why you get things shut down. And it's people that do the sideshows that actually get the cops like giving us a hard time, because for a minute before there was, cops mess with lowriders, period. But what happens is like we'll have a certain area where we can do these cruising and picnics and shit, and then you get the sideshow people, and then they go do a sideshow there, and then they shut it down to everybody. And you don't understand that you've ruined a lot of things for other people, period. And when we start judging people and stuff like that, we're judged because of other people's actions. Remember that, right? And it's an excuse. And it's an excuse to enforce the laws when they were being lenient. At sometimes they're lenient for some of the lowrider events, but then because somebody else wants to go do some stupid shit, or somebody gets hurt because of some stupid shit, it affects us all. You go to the car shows, you go to a big car show and you want to be tough guy, you're going to screw it up for those hundreds of thousands of people that are all there or involved or invested in it, because you want to be a tough guy. Ain't nobody care. Okay? You want to go be a tough guy, go join MMA like all the other guys. It's funny because the donks, I was talking to somebody, right? And the oh, thank you. My Rode microphone. I have 4 of these. And yeah, there is stupid people everywhere. That's the thing. There is stupid people across the board. We all know that. Okay. And if you don't believe that, then I'm sorry, but you're one of them. Okay. So he asked me, what do I think about dogs? Well, it's just people trying to be different. So if you really think about it, when you customize your car, you're trying to mainly trying to stand out, right? Most people understand that. Okay. All car customizers, people that are into their cars for customizing, are trying to be different from the next guy. So it evolved where it went from little rims to people putting bigger rims. And it was a status because they can afford it. They were very expensive. It's like buying, a 72 spoke rim versus a 100 spoke rim, counting spokes. But yeah, no, don't. I mean, like I said, but so it's just another form of custom cars. And of course, the lowriders don't like it because it kind of it takes old schools, and then you're putting on big rims, and everybody's they're used to low riding the old schools. And what I like, uh, for a while, they were coming up with the ones that were the tucked rims, and where they were modifying the frames, and they were putting 22-inch, 30-inch rims, but they were modifying the frame so that the car still slammed to the ground. And the only thing about the dunk, I said, if you want to do a competition with a dunk and you really want to make it interesting, have them do a U-turn competition. The person the people that can do the U-turns the fastest, because there's no turning radius with those big ass rims. There is none. Okay. But like I said, it's just another form of custom cars. It's what they do. Lowriders, 13-inch, 14-inch are the staple of wheels for a lowrider. Um, I preferably wouldn't mind I like a 15-inch wheel with a wide tire. Makes it look, it just sits tough. And you probably have less issues, but whatever. Point being is it's just another form of custom vehicle. I'm not against it. I really ain't. I mean, I wouldn't own one, but that's it. Plain and simple. It's like I wouldn't own it, but I can appreciate it because now if you actually see some of the donks, they're racing them in Florida. Yeah, I'm on an Instagram page where they show, and but if you look, these guys are putting in some serious money in these cars. They've been, obviously they have to be modified to fit the wheels. But a lot of them are being built like serious engine, serious. I mean, they are racing, they're quarter miling these things, and they're putting their money into them. And that's what the scene is, and that's what the scene is involved to for them. But yeah, my biggest thing is I tell them, I bet you I can make a U-turn faster. That's the biggest. You're gonna compete other than the quarter miles because they can't do anything. They can't turn. So quarter mile is perfect for those cars because they basically drive pretty straight. There's no way. Their wheels are so big, and the way that's set up, they have like no turning radius. But like I said, I'm not talking bad about them. I just understand it's a different form of custom car. It's like people that have like Ferraris or something. Some of these guys don't realize some of these lowriders are worth just as much. Merch. I have some merch. I do have some merch. It's not only online right now. Not on my website, but on my merch site. So if you look me up on Instagram, the link will be in the bio for what merch I have available. And I'm actually gonna start taking down a lot of stuff, and I'm gonna try to do some new stuff because I haven't sold very much merch on the website that I have, but it's okay. I'm not really worried about it, and I'm debating if I'm going to invest in getting stuff made outright and taking it to shows because I had a booth in Vegas and it did really really well, and I appreciate everybody that bought a shirt. It did extremely well, and I was really happy. But I only went there with enough, and I covered what I had to cover to make the shirts, and I covered. Um, I didn't get rich or anything, but it went way better than I thought it was going to go, and I appreciate that. So I may make more merch, but probably later on in the year. Um, I don't like having the stock. I don't like holding it, and I don't like spending the money on it. But yeah. So I may do like a couple different things, and I actually have an idea about how to promote some of my merch, um, and that'll all be coming in time. So yeah, anything new, any basic merch is on my it's a website. It's actually under this video. If you go under this video, there should be options for merch. There'll be like a couple things, and you click on that, and that's how you get to where my merchandise site. It should be under here. Nice. Well, like I said, and if you guys are on here, I'm on Facebook, Instagram. If you want to message me, you can email me through my website. Go to the website. It's gonna pop up email notifications. I would love if you guys go and get on the email list. I will be so what I use the email list for, and really what it's mainly for. So when I upload new photos to the website, and say I do a car show or an event, and I put all the photos up, of course, the video is going to be here probably first. But if you do the go to the website, once I do all the photos, it'll be on my website, and then I send out an email notification to all the people that are on my email list, letting you know that I've updated the website with new photos. So, and then if anything else changes with the website as such, then I will do an email notification to let everybody know something's different, something's going on. Come check it out. So that's how the website works and the email notifications work. That's all I do. Yeah, that's the merch that I have underneath is print to order. That it's well, it's called Spring now. It used to be Teespring, but it's what YouTube uses, and it's linked. So yeah, you can find it. It should be under my videos. If not, I definitely have the link in my bio on my Instagram. So, but yeah, also remember check out my membership. So check out the membership stuff. I'm gonna go into much more detail on how I do some of the things I do, the camera and the gear that I use. I have one video up. It's that my first video of one of them is talking about what's in my camera bag, and I'm going to be making more videos about what's in my camera case, actually. Um, so all the items in my camera case, I will tell you about, and then eventually I'll be making more videos of how they're used or in real time how I'm using them, um, and then and yeah, and then some more stuff. So that, and also if you enjoy this page, I know I haven't put too much content up, but I have another YouTube channel called Custom Vida, and that's where I'm going to be highlighting my um, podcasting and probably other car events that are not lowrider. If I get any video, if I do start taking my son to some of these other car shows like Hot Import Nights and such like that, I am going to let him do the photography on it, and I will do video, and I'll be posting all those videos on the Custom Vida page. And I am planning on revamping that website and getting to do what I want to do. So remember, looking to market merch. I want to help. I want to promote with the people that are, basically their audiences, the car culture, the lowrider culture. I want to get involved with that. If you are interested to learn more or how I can help you or what I will charge or whatever it may be, um, please contact me. Instagram DM is the fastest. Um, but if you don't have Instagram, which you should if you're in the car culture, because that's where all the flyers are for all the events. So remember that I post what I can in the community. So if you're following my page, click the little bell for notifications. And when I put car show flyers in the community section of YouTube, I do believe it'll let you know that I posted something new. So check that out. But mainly will be Instagram where I post most of my flyers and content. Um, so if you don't follow me on Instagram, please go follow me on Instagram, and it's all under the same name. You can Google Peaches Lowriders, and it gives you everything you need to know. For that, please thank you and enjoy your day. Some people have the day off today. Um, you know, enjoy it. And like I said, I'll leave you guys with this. Um, people always say like, what are we gonna do for the community, or how are we gonna change things in the future? And I'm just trying to be a good father, and I'm trying to raise um, my son to be a good person. And with being a good person means, a person that's accepted of everybody's culture, to respect people. And I think raising my son as a good person is my contribution to the future, because I'm hoping that, at the end of the day, one less bad person, one less opinionated person, one less racist person matters. And that's what I'm doing in my life. I'm just trying to tell people, you know what, being united and um, us all being, celebrating our differences and our custom cultures and stuff like that is what really matters. Because you know what, it's more enjoyable. I'll tell you that right now. I do have a TikTok, but it's under Lowrider Lobo. I tried the Pinches Lowriders, but I just put it under myself. All right, you guys. Well, I'm signing off. It's been over an hour of me talking. But yeah, check out all my other social media. Check out the website, please. If you've never looked at my website, go through it. I have a couple years worth of photos. All you do is click on the photo. It's going to drop down. It's going to say 2000, I think 2017, 18, 2019, 2020, 2021. You just click on that, and then it gives you click on each picture, and each picture you click on is a different photo album. So that's how my website works. That's pretty much it. And thank you. You guys have a good day.